It's 8 minutes after 7. My name is Kobe Spike and Chroma. You're tuned in to Joy 99.7 FM, and it's a Tuesday, so I'm here to talk tech with Winston, aka at Mr. Witcher, aka underscore, aka wearing the Dubai cap.
You know, I think it's actually my handle is Mr. Underscore Watcher, so it's very funny that you. Yeah.
See. Anyways, so yeah, it's good to be here. If you have never tuned into this show before, I would be surprised, but basically it's a show that demystifies technology, breaks it down, and makes it simple for you at home, in your car right now driving home, or you that's consuming this as a podcast in the future to understand. We're making it very simple. We're making you love what we love, because tech is the thing now. It's the future. It's the now. It's everything that you will live with till something else comes, which I don't think anything else is going to overtake technology, because tech is why the world is evolving. Right?
Yeah.
Why don't you sound convinced?
No, I just remembered a very weird shower thought that I had during the week, and I actually wanted to tweet about it, but nah, it kind of touches on slavery a bit, so okay. I don't think we need to go. It touched on technology and slavery, yeah, in tandem.
Right.
Yeah.
But today we're talking about what's happening in tech. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's happening with Twitter. Yeah, there's a whole lot happening with Twitter. So which one should we start? Should we start generally talking about stuff that's happening in tech and then gradually get to Twitter? But I honestly think that there's a lot to talk about Twitter.
Is there?
There is.
I don't feel that way.
Because you can't be bothered.
It's not that I can't be bothered. I'm interested in how this will be resolved and the way forward. I mean, we touched on the $8. The at the time was $20.
$20, which is now $8.
Now it's $8. Yeah. Okay, that means are we talking about Twitter now?
We're talking about Twitter now.
Okay, so
because after Twitter, then we're going to talk about Facebook, who's planning to do something Twitter is doing.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So let's start with Twitter.
Daddy Elon.
Yeah. Anyways, I was going to say something about a certain tweet, but never mind. So Elon Musk owns Twitter.
Yes.
$44 billion. Now, the most important thing here is the amount he bought Twitter for. Mm-hmm. When you say the number $44 billion, people seem to think, oh, yeah, $44 billion. It is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people can't fathom the value of money. When you say
at a certain scale.
Yeah, at a certain scale.
When you get past a certain number of zeros behind a digit, like
people can't understand. Like they don't know how to envision it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I usually always look for an analogy or a representation of it. Like today I was explaining to my Uber driver that $1 million was essentially his car parked bumper to bumper, side by side on every single lane from where we were till about 30 kilometers away.
Mm-hmm.
And the sparkle or the way his eyes lit up made me understand that, yeah, he finally grasped it.
Because people would just be throwing them. I think one of the best descriptions of how the worth of money was, there's this TikTok guy who used grains of rice to measure people's wealth. And
yeah, people have a lot of money.
I think each grain of rice was $100,000 or something like that. And
no, but you see, even with that, $100,000, you and I can understand. Yeah. But the everyday person cannot understand $100,000. When I asked him how much would solve his life's problems at that point in time, he said, if he gets like 1 billion, old money.
Old Ghana cedi.
Yeah, it'll solve his problems right now. Which is 100,000.
100,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah. Because he just buy a car and then he could go start a small farm in his hometown.
Is he sure?
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
No, I mean, I'm saying, is he sure that 100,000?
No, but you see, that's because he didn't understand the value of the money. Okay. So people need to understand the value of $44 billion.
To be honest, to explain it will be a long time, but it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It's a lot.
People need to understand money. Because I think the fact that we don't understand money, that's why some people be throwing figures in our faces every single day, talking about stuff, and then we think, oh, it's cool. Mm-hmm. You can't be throwing millions of dollars around. Anyways, we digress. Mm-hmm. So $44 billion is a lot of money. Anyway, he owns it now.
Yeah.
And he started off by firing some people. CEO, CFO, legal, and stuff. He just says, you know what, out. We understand CEO Parag Agrawal's dismissal.
Yeah.
Because he had a misunderstanding.
Yeah, there was some contention
between
them. Yeah.
And as a result, Elon, do you think that Elon acted on emotion or it was a professional sacking?
I mean, not many people feel like it was a professional sacking, but it could also have had professional undertones in the sense that he'd asked them for set data on bots,
yeah,
certain things, and many things we will never be privy to. So it could have some professional connotations, but on the surface, it looks like it was personal.
Yeah, it looks like it was personal.
Yeah,
and he had to find reasons, professional reasons. Now that you mentioned something about the bots. Now let me juxtapose that to his $8 verification subscription fee. Could this be a way for Elon to say that, you know what, only bots can't pay $8, and so those who actually pay are real people? Now we know that those who paid are real people, but that may be a flawed ideology, because then I could pay for all my bots and then they would be verified.
But I think in the grand scheme of things, it would be an extremely expensive venture for whoever is farming the bots to pay $8 per bot.
But if I'm charging my clients $100 per bot to skew a conversation in their favor,
that's fair. But I mean, at the end of the day, you would need to show your client that you do have those bots.
Yeah.
And blue ticks are not just given. I don't think Elon putting a price tag to it means that I'll just be like, it's a subscription. Okay, I want blue ticks.
That's pretty much what it is.
I don't think so. I think there's still the vetting procedure is still going to exist. But
okay.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope the vetting procedure still exists. And then after you've been cleared, you jump through the necessary hoops. They'll be like, okay, the final countdown is, bro, what's up? Where the money day? Where the subscription days? So I don't think it's kind of like Ferrari. You can't just get up and buy a laugh of Ferrari. It has to be offered to you.
Yeah.
You are paying your good money to get that car.
And you don't even get it.
Yeah, they keep it for you. But you don't just get up and go to a dealership and go like, I want to buy a Ferrari. Ferrari has to offer it to you. And this is, this is based on several criteria: how many Ferraris you've owned, how good in standing you are, how consistent you've been in buying Ferrari related stuff. Yeah, so many things. So I think maybe the verification thing will still be there. It's just that at the end they'll be like, boss, you meet all requirements, but Charlie,
you for pay some money.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: for those who don't know, in order for you to get verified on Twitter or most of these social media platforms, one, it was started as a way to prove that you are who you say you are. So celebrities, journalists, people of interest, persons of interest, were given the verification badge to basically help you discern the real person from a parody account or a fake account or somebody trying to impersonate that person of interest.
Yeah. So basically to safeguard the public and the entity.
Yes. Now, what Elon is saying is that verified users like myself are going to have to pay $8. Now, that's the question I've been asking. Is this moving forward, or that means that everybody prior? Because for all the communication I've seen, it sounds like moving forward, anybody who wants to get verified has to pay $8. That's what it sounds like.
I never really thought about it on a moving forward type thing. I just thought about it because I don't know if it was fake, but I do recall him say something along the lines of that $8 figure will be scaled down, will be scaled per the economic setting of wherever it is. That's why it started. It's rolled out. So I guess
saw it on iOS.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to in the next couple of days we'll find out if
they're going to charge me.
If not even you per se. I mean, it's the main thing is probably started in certain regions. It'll probably be regionally restricted as a beta test, and maybe that's why he's asking some of the workers allegedly to come back, because like the news is saying, oh boy is doing sankofa.
So now that you mentioned that, let's move to the layoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So Elon Musk taking over Twitter decided he was going to trim down the staff, and in the document I read, it was about half the employees. He was halving it
Yeah.
in a way to save money,
Mm-hmm.
and as a result, some offices were closed.
Yes.
And some people were let go. So if you received an email that said thank you for your service or something of the sort, it meant that you were being let go.
Yeah. You couldn't even sign into your
you couldn't
Slack
even
or
you actually you couldn't even come into the office, I heard, because your card was disabled. You couldn't sign into your office platforms and stuff. So that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And some sued him. I heard some Twitter employees who were let go were suing him because apparently there's a law that says that you have to give them 60 days notice, which was not done.
Okay.
And as a result, they were going to sue him. And then, like you mentioned rightfully, Elon asked some of them to come back because some of the products that he's looking at launching, these were the guys working on it.
Yeah.
So you fire people, they go home, and they're like, oh, drats, we need that guy. He probably goes to the product manager. Yeah, who's the guy who's working on the $8 subscription module? Oh, that's Ranjit. We fired him. Yeah, call him back. If it was you, would you go back?
I would go back because the pay would be better.
So you would go back with the hope or with the expectation that the pay would be better?
Yes, because the work will be harder. We have fewer people running this, doing the same job.
What if your department was just you?
If it was just me, then I'll feel pretty good. But I mean, in this trying times, job security in itself is great. So if I'm offered to come back, personally, that's what, the question is me personally. I know we share my home like that. Like I'll be like, oh, sir, you want me back? Okay, sir. I might probably negotiate to get better terms. I probably might, because now the leverage is with the people who are being asked to come back. And I mean, there are rumors that Elon is putting a portion of his team that was responsible for the AI automation in Teslas to work on Twitter now.
We will get to that. I like that you mentioned this because it bothers me that I'm working with, let's say, so let me just use what we are right now, Joy FM. I'm doing the show at Joy FM, and then I'm told that with no extra pay, I have to go and do a show at, say, Hits.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are complaining, like, so pay me more, but no, we need your brains here, so come. And that's apparently something that Elon does a lot.
You see, the thing is that, to be fair, Twitter hasn't been making that much money. Twitter was supposed to be making some money through ad revenue, but the ads don't be
coming in.
I mean, I see the ads when I'm scrolling, but that's the thing. I'm scrolling to go and find what is important to me. I'm not scrolling and pausing. So we should all have asked ourselves, where is Twitter really making its money? Maybe because of regional variations, the ad system is not that invasive here.
Yeah.
Because when I'm using my VPN and I'm watching YouTube, ayo, the ads be like 30 seconds and you can't skip.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is tough.
Speaking of ads, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're talking about Elon Musk's Twitter takeover. What is happening? If you go to Twitter's accounts right now on Twitter, that's actually the bio description. What's happening? We'll be right back.
Me tycoon. Hey, see the plenty money you are carrying this early morning. Adey.
Charlie, you levy asemu.
Levy do what? As for you, you wait and listen to all the information before you start carrying money up and down like we are in 1995. The levy there, it has come. But MTN will always find a way to sort you out.
Sort me out, Sesen.
Oh, so you don't know that when you transfer money between your personal accounts, cash in and cash out at agent points, buy airtime or data, pay bills, receive remittance from abroad, or even pay taxes, there are no levy charges?
Hey, we are sure.
Yo, listen, there are a number of transactions you can perform with your MTN Momo that are not affected by the e-levy tax. And there's even more, cra. Remember, your first 100 Ghana cedi transfer for the day is free too.
Hey, na me anymore.
Now, dear, you know.
There are a number of transactions you can perform with your MTN Momo that are not affected by the e-levy tax. So keep enjoying the security and convenience with MTN Momo and make payments on the go with MTN Momo.
MTN.
And we're back. The conversation is actually even more heated in studio here when we're off air than when we're on air. So yeah, we'd like to hear from you. What's your opinion on what's happening? Do you think Elon Musk knows what he's doing since he bought Twitter? Is he just Dexter wants everything, creates everything, or is he? Do you think he's going to actually make a difference at Twitter, or you think he's just going to mess it up? Send us a WhatsApp message 055 quadruple 1997 055 11 11 997 055 111 997. Yep. Wait, so $44 billion is breathing in the former Twitter owner's account. Where did I pass? No, it's not breathing in the former Twitter owner's account. So he didn't buy it from a Twitter owner. Twitter was public.
Yeah, had gone public.
Yes.
The owner, Jack, had left.
Yes.
He made his money. He's out. He's even made a new social media platform, apparently.
Yes.
And
so what happened, for those who don't know, was that Elon Musk bought everybody's shares.
Yeah, they bought the share, so he's sole owner.
He made offers to everyone.
So I mean, it's 44 billion in the owners' pockets because the public owners were
they were the owners. So in the owners apostrophe, including Jack Dorsey, because he definitely has shares in the company. So anybody who has shares basically got more money from Elon than they actually was
worth. Because at the time they were not worth that money.
Yeah. So yeah, if you honestly had shares in Twitter, you're probably richer when Elon bought it.
Yeah.
And yeah, when he took over, he sacked the whole board because it's mine.
Yeah,
I don't need a board.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So all of you go home. CEO was first, but then all the board members were just booted out. So now he has absolute control. Anyways, before we took a commercial break, we're discussing how Twitter makes money. Now, for those who don't know, a lot of the internet works on ads. Internet is run or paid for by ads.
Yeah.
That's why we see adverts wherever we go, unless you have a subscription model, in which case there's still going to be a free tier, which people are going to be paying for with ads.
Yeah.
So you go on myjohnonline.com, for instance, to read a story, you see ads. That's how My John Online pays its bills. You go on Facebook, you see ads. That's how Facebook pays its bills.
I mean,
used to. What?
Used to pay their bills.
Facebook.
Yes. I mean, we'll get into Meta's problems soon enough.
And you go to YouTube. That's how YouTube pays its bills and its creators.
Yes.
Yes. So YouTube's creators, or those who create content for YouTube, actually generate revenue from ads.
Yeah, ad revenue. Ad revenue.
So 55% of ad revenue goes to the creators.
Yeah.
And then Google, owners of YouTube, keep some. And that's the same thing that runs Twitter. But if you take YouTube, for instance, YouTube has YouTube Red, which is a premium subscription.
Yeah.
That you can get extra, stuff for not seeing ads.
Yeah.
So for every platform that you're using that does not show ads because you're paying for their premium, even Netflix is beginning to show ads.
Which I thought was another tech news we'll dive into.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, most of the internet is running on ads. So we're getting, all these platforms are getting money from ads. And that is why they need ad revenue to run.
Yeah.
Good. So with that being said, Elon looking for other ways, and yes, you were right about saying that Twitter wasn't really making a lot of money.
Yeah, they're actually
from
bleeding
ads.
money.
Yes. And that's because Twitter is actually a very small platform as compared to all the other social media platforms out there.
Yeah.
Even Snapchat is bigger than Twitter.
which many people do not realize.
Yeah, so Snapchat has more subscribers than Twitter. So taking that into context, that shows you that. But that's a funny thing. Twitter may not have the numbers,
But it has the pull. It has the cultural pull.
Exactly.
It's very, very shocking.
So, well, we'll get to the messages in a bit. We're talking about the ads. Let me come back to that, and then see how Elon is trying to generate money from people paying for subscription Blue, Twitter Blue.
Yeah, and I mean firing people is one of the fastest ways to slim down to save money, because the truth of the matter is that whatever will make Twitter money already exists. That code is already running. That is, you tweet 120 characters or 240 characters, you retweet. That code is already there.
Yeah.
He owns it now. So bare bone Twitter is running, but he needs to turn a profit. So one of the fastest way to turn a profit, from many people who do economics, is to reduce expenditure. So if expenditure is reduced, profits shoot up. Fastest way to reduce expenditure is your workers. You lay them off. Unfortunately,
Scaling down.
you scale down the operation, because, like I said, the major components of Twitter that require it to be Twitter
is running on
its own. It's running already. The rest, to a certain degree, to him,
Add-ons.
is semantics. It was just cool stuff, I guess. So now that he let all these people go, and now he realized, okay, this is the type of Twitter I want to build. Who do I need to build it? And then he finds out that, oh, like you said, example, Ranjit, Ikea, or ABC, these people are the people who can do this. Now, some may ask, why didn't Elon just go into the world and find new developers? But that's the thing. If these people already know the code, there is no grace period. You can bring them back in and they just enter into the cycle of things. Because keep in mind, I'm trying to turn a profit here. So I do not have the time to go and find new people, maybe potentially pay them less, but it will take them a while to get gears grinding. When I could just go and take a portion of the old pool, cycle it into everything, and then we just start moving. So that's why I said I'm sure many of the people who are being called back might actually take their jobs.
Well, I did see some people saying that they're not going to take it because they don't feel secured. If I got fired on Friday and they're asking me to come back on Monday, what's the guarantee that I don't get fired next Friday?
Well, the thing is, if you ask
after I'm done building whatever it is I need to build.
If you ask me, what makes you sure that the interview then you research, you go get them, that you get the job, and that's the job after you've been hired, they won't fire you.
Well,
at least this one, they actually want you. So that's a few extra months. And me, if it was me, and this was my fear, I will work at barest minimum, in the sense that I'll work at the most efficient level. That isn't giving too much, but that isn't a red flag in terms of deadlines. So that if anything happens, I still feel kind of good about myself that I didn't give my all, I didn't break my back for the company. I just did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Basically, what's happening is Elon Musk is looking for a way to make profits.
Yeah, and the monetary aspect, because I mean, how many people are verified on Twitter? That's the first statistic that we need to take. Then how many of those people will be willing to pay? Willingness to pay is the next thing. And then consistency of pay. I don't think Elon is doing this because he feels like this $8 will give him his $44 billion by the end of the next year's financial quarter or financial run. I don't think so. But as with most things, he's creating a subscription. Could this be the demise, the beginning of the end for Twitter? It is a possibility.
Funny thing is, I saw a story today that Twitter's activity had actually soared. Twitter's user activity had soared. So I don't know if he's going with the fact that, okay, creating a lot of this confusion and this drama was going to attract a lot of attention to the platform,
Yeah.
thereby increasing subscriber base or user base.
I mean, he's done this every single time with almost every
everything
company.
he touches.
Yeah, Tesla, he did the exact
Yeah.
same thing. So it's like my thing is that the people who are screaming, raising hell, fine, $8, blah blah blah. Now here's the thing: Elon is on the move to make Twitter more open. So basically, he's saying that all angles of the conversation, because he before this felt like the conversation was leaning in a certain direction, that Twitter was pushing the conversations into a certain direction. He wants to balance the scales. Now, if he wants to balance the scales, that means that people who hitherto groups do not agree with will also have a voice on the platform. I'm sure they will pay that $8. So if you won't pay, then the conversation on Twitter will skew to another direction.
Right.
And then
So Donald Trump and his followers will pay the $8.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Now, here's another interesting take. After, saying that he wants Twitter to be open, he tweeted that Twitter was going to suspend users who basically imposters.
Yeah.
And some people changed their names on Twitter to Elon Musk and they were suspended.
Yeah. That he did say that there were going to be clear guidelines on what made you a parody account.
Yeah.
And you had to meet those metrics. I never read what those metrics were, because what I was more interested in was the fact that the guy who made the app that tracks Elon said he had been DM'd again by Elon that he wants to buy the accounts.
The accounts that he made.
Yeah, the Twitter accounts that's tied to the app. So that was more interesting to me than the other one.
Well, let me read some of the messages here. Geek Squad, the rich have a way with people and their jobs. Once they have no use of you, straight into the garbage. That's from Papacy.
Capitalism.
Geek Squad from Enyo, she says, correction, all these companies make money not from the platforms or ads they provide, but from building data centers which they rent out. It's a huge, huge industry making billions and growing by gigallion percentages. Check on mission critical infrastructure if you can and educate the Ghanaian public. That's from Enyo. Thank you, Enyo.
It's yes and no, because Google's money is from ads, and the ads are generated from the data centers, the data storage that she's talking about. So now Google knows each person. So what the companies are paying for is access to what Google knows, which is the data in the data centers that they have.
So the profiles.
So the profile. So predominantly, so now Google knows that, okay, this is what this person is most likely going to click. And then a company comes and goes like, okay, I want to reach this number of people. Okay, these are the people that we know would be interested in this. Okay, I'll pay for this. And it's still the data centers thing is true, but it's mainly the insights they are able to get from those data centers. That's what they use to pivot to get. Because let me just touch on Meta right now since we're on this conversation. Meta really messed up.
Meta as in Facebook.
Facebook. So yeah, Facebook messed up because Facebook, after Cambridge Analytica tanked, nobody was interested in the platform anymore. But
wait, you say nobody?
Not. I mean, when I say nobody, I mean it as a general term, like, because
They're still the largest.
It's still the
got
largest.
The most subscribers. Still got the oldest people there.
But still not making money. They are losing money.
Yeah, they are losing money. They are losing money.
Because they are it's ad revenue that's keeping most of these companies afloat, and they are not able to make that much money anymore because, unfortunately, there's this this is just how it is. There's a Facebook person. There's a type of person who uses Facebook now. In today's age, in today's digital age, there's a archetype for a Facebook user. Most people who are going to buy the data on ads for stuff like that already know those people, and Google already has that information embedded in its system.
And in more details,
plus more people, because people lost trust in this thing. So that's why they decided to go with the metaverse, hence the transition from Facebook to Meta, because they wanted to go into Web3. we've discussed what Web3 here is. Basically, immersive technologies where there will be VR and you can see your friends in a digital world and stuff like that. They put all their money, they put every egg
in that basket,
including the chicken that laid the egg, everything, they put it in that basket, hoping that if it caught on, they will be the pioneers of that the data pool, so that when people are buying ads, they'll come and buy from them.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
it hasn't yet taken off.
It's sinking. That ship.
Well, you know, the thing is, after seeing that VR headsets they launched, I quote unquote, I have hope. And mind you, people are spending money in the metaverse as we speak, buying land.
Yeah,
in the metaverse.
There's a lot going on.
Money being spent in the metaverse. So it may not have picked up yet, and we don't know if it is or it wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you on the fact that Facebook is losing users from a certain generation onwards.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd say Gen Z 0. Like like Facebook is near 0 with Gen Z.
Yeah.
From millennials upwards, they have them.
Millennials have lost faith.
Half of millennials.
So on our accounts day, we know they use them.
That's why I say half.
Yeah.
The more discerning people who know what happened with the Cambridge Analytica scandal lost faith and trust in Facebook and left. But there's still a huge chunk of people that are still on Facebook because they do not know or understand the Cambridge Analytica scandal, or think that it's been fixed. So hey, you know, or what? Also, the platform may still be very attractive to them because of the kind of people and content they get to see there. Yeah. Honestly, I've gotten tired with some of the content I see on Facebook right now. I
haven't used Facebook actively in years.
Well, I still have to.
Yes, but you do.
So moving on from that, there's also the problem of, anyway, we were comparing what's happening on Facebook ad generation with Twitter.
So basically, the metaverse isn't making money. It's not making money to the point where old boy is kind of
he's losing money himself.
Yeah, but he's now letting workers go, which ties into what you wanted us to talk about.
Facebook is also gonna let workers go, but I honestly think that happened because of what happened at Twitter. They wouldn't have had they're hiding under the commotion that is Elon Musk's Twitter to also do something that would not draw attention to them.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like like you said, Elon Musk is the daddy of the show. So if behind the scenes we do this, people will look at it for 2 days and then they'll go back to Elon because they know for sure Elon will do something crazy. Something crazy. And then that information will just be under the radar. But here's my thing about the metaverse. The headset is too big. It's still too big. I give it about 5 years before the semiconductor technology would be small and compact and powerful enough to run in a smaller frame.
You know what? Google Glass.
You know what's more interesting?
What?
I actually think, I'm shivering while saying this, but I actually think Apple will be the ones to crack this first.
I was going to say something, but let me not put my prejudice on air. I won't dispute this.
Yeah.
Apple always late to the party, but always make sure that they perfect it.
Yes.
Before they do it. But the question is Apple aiming at the metaverse or at the technology that is augmented reality?
They are aiming towards augmented reality.
Good.
But in being able to do that, they would figure out virtual reality too along the way. Because augmentation, to me, is just the virtual world put into the real world. So if you figure out the virtual world, you've done it. The metaverse, you've solved that problem before you brought it into the real world. My problem is that Apple's asking price to play this game
would be very high.
Will probably be very high.
But you see, the advantage here is that if Apple cracks it, raising that entry barrier would challenge other cheaper manufacturers
to replicate. Yeah.
Yeah, replicate and essentially lower
Lower
it. Talking about Xiaomi and Samsung
Yeah.
will be like, ha, so that's how to do
Do
it.
it.
Let's do it cheaper. Apple does it better, everybody else does it cheaper.
And then
Lowers the entry barrier, and then everybody gets in there.
but the question is, does Meta have 5 years
That is the question.
as a viable company? Because keep in mind, investor confidence in Meta has been on the downward spiral since Cambridge Analytica matter. So investors don't have faith in them. Now the metaverse situation, I'm sure their stocks have dropped again after announcing that they need to lay off people.
Yeah.
I don't think Meta has 5 years.
Here's the thing. Meta has the masses to their advantage.
Do they?
And according to some, oh my goodness, I wish I had that data here.
Mm-hmm.
This little boosting of businesses on Facebook seems to be generating enough revenue for them on that front, which is why they're trying as much as possible to tie in WhatsApp business, connect all these platforms.
Basically make WeChat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as possible, as quickly as possible, if they can integrate all these platforms, get everyone to know how to connect them and work the whole system.
But then you ask yourself this, why has it taken so long?
Because Facebook has become a behemoth of a platform that has spiraled out of control. There is too much it does. When
Yep.
you get into Facebook, it does too much. Why do I have Instagram stories on Facebook that can take me back to Instagram? I could be watching Instagram reels within Facebook, thinking that it is Facebook, wanting to comment, and then it takes me back to Instagram to watch that reel and comment over there, and then come back to Facebook to come and watch somebody's story, which was shared from Instagram to Facebook, and I'm chatting with somebody in Messenger. Meanwhile, the person's chatting with me through Instagram. Like, yeah, we get it.
My question is this. If you were Brother Mark, how would you deal with this entire situation?
You see, his mistake was in trying to blur the lines between the three apps. He should have left them as independent as possible with a little string that connected them. A little string. Like, I should be able to verify my Instagram 2FA with my WhatsApp. Perfect. Makes a whole lot of sense because both connect with my phone number.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be able to see my Instagram reels. People shouldn't be able to watch my Instagram reels on Facebook as well. Do you get my point? Like, I chose to be on Instagram for a purpose. Some people have different identities on different platforms. On my Instagram, I'm different. I mean, I'm just saying. On my Facebook, I'm probably also different.
But you see, the situation here is that the attention economy shifts from time to time. From Facebook, shifted to Twitter, kind of shifted
to Instagram.
Kind of shifted to Twitter and then Instagram, because Instagram was for the lack of a better term, the more web 2 where it was pictures, and then Twitter was there still text. Sort of. And then Instagram kind of took a backlog, went back a bit. Snapchat came, did its thing. All these companies came. The issue is that with the attention economy shifting across board, they wanted to keep reeling it back to the old thing.
Yeah.
So you feel like they should have just let it go?
I feel that they should have scaled Facebook up from where it was. It's like you're building a skyscraper, and then you notice that people are enjoying like a dome kind of thing. So in that skyscraper, then you fix a dome. Like a round spiral, what do you call that? Flying saucer in the middle of the skyscraper. Then you start it, and then you notice that, people are building horizontal elevators. Then you kind of put a horizontal elevator that goes and then comes back to that same building. Like, if you're visualizing this is what Facebook looks like now. It's no longer that tall story building. I came to interact with people, get information, do this, do that, do that. You brought a marketplace. You brought Facebook Watch. You brought games. You brought Messenger, connected it with Instagram. Now they're trying to even let people be able to send WhatsApp from Facebook. Yeah, fine. But
Unnecessary.
you see, a lot of it's fine because all these platforms are owned by Meta. Imagine if they weren't. Would they have done that? No.
Okay, so I get you. So what I'm gathering from what you're saying is that, and adding a little to it, what you would have done, Mark Nkrumah, is that you would have left Facebook as is, and to be honest, would have kept it more as the ad thing.
Yeah, and built on it.
And only kept its ties to allowed ties in the sense that like the 2FA thing.
Yeah.
But just with the mere fact that there's a 2FA thing means that I still have that low key have that information, so I can make my ads better. So if people want to boost their businesses and everything, they go straight to Facebook.
Yeah.
And they are not watching someone's Instagram reel. We are here for business.
That's it.
That's business. Instagram, you go and do your enjoyment and lie to the world that you are the best person in the world and you have money.
That's it.
Then WhatsApp, just text.
If you start a WhatsApp business,
honestly,
same thing.
I think one thing, this is very silly, but I think one of the main things that will increase WhatsApp, Meta's stock evaluation is just the WhatsApp web video call.
On WhatsApp web,
they have the largest text market.
This thing you just said makes a whole lot of sense.
Bro, think about it.
They would have knocked Zoom out
easy in one day because Joy FM has this in WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Now you do it on this thing, laptop, WhatsApp web, and you just do your group call and this thing. That's the meeting that is done. Could have been an email meeting that has been done on WhatsApp, and then we just move on.
Took them too damn long. Anyway,
they haven't done it. They still haven't done it.
Hi Geek Squad, for the $8 blue tick subscription, Twitter has to make money somehow because they aren't very profitable. I think Elon taking over Twitter is a good thing, especially for free speech. People were banned from Twitter after tweets the left didn't agree with under the guise of ridding the platform of hate speech. The criteria for banning wasn't very clear and seemed politically motivated from the woke left. People like Jordan Peterson were banned for putting up tweets the woke left deemed hateful. I don't condone hate speech, but Twitter should be a platform that tolerates diverse opinions and dialogue rather than speech which favors the woke left. You didn't give us your name, but thank you very much for the message.
I mean, this is true.
This is true.
But to be honest, I will not give it to Daddy Elon to do this job.
Who would you give it to?
He is the most opinionated person.
Hasn't he always? So
I find it a bit odd to get for the most opinionated person to be championing free speech.
So, Papa C says, please, can I have a list of wealthy entrepreneurs out there? Just go to Forbes.
On the tangent, if I recall correctly, I think it was Papa C who asked about Hash Papi. If you didn't know, he has been given 8 years.
Yeah.
11 years.
Yes, Papa C. So, Hash Papi has been given 11 years, and he's supposed to be a fine of about $1 million. Yeah, and yeah, he'll probably be out on good behavior.
I have no comments.
If he teaches the FBI the tricks.
If he teaches them Yoruba, he'll be fine.
Okay, so on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll round up on the conversation that Winston said wasn't going to be able to take the 1 hour.
I'm surprised.
We'll be right back.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
And we're back. So we're talking about Elon Musk's Twitter takeover and how it's impacting the whole tech industry and Twitter in general, and Twitter users, verified users, Twitter employees, and those who are just interested in tech. You know, the thing about the hate speech was very interesting. And I say this because one day I just tweeted something and I used the word retard. And I was suspended for a while.
Oh, you've been suspended before?
Yeah, for using the word retard. Because apparently whatever AI system they're using considered
Flags it as hate
as
speech.
hate speech. But I was just saying, and I wasn't even referring to a human being. I was referring to the system being retarded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it happens. System being policed by an AI that just understands a sequence of words.
Oh, yeah.
Things that it understands you.
Doesn't understand nuance.
So, yeah. Hi, Kobe. If Elon Musk decides to buy Facebook or Meta, will it be valued more or less than 44 billion? That's Stanley from Water. Stanley. Haha.
I think it will be less.
Less.
I think it will be less.
You think?
I don't know what Elon would pay for it, but I think it might be less.
No, it would be way more.
Let's just check.
Reason? No. Bro. This doesn't
Okay,
even
wait.
have to be discussed.
Okay, WhatsApp. He said Meta.
He said
You know,
Meta
it
or
would be-
Facebook. I don't even want to touch on Meta. Let's just say
Facebook.
Facebook. You would have to pay a lot of money.
Okay.
You can check. Me, I'm telling you. We're talking about, because Facebook is valued.
Hey, that's wild.
Yeah. Tell me.
Okay, no, it says Meta.
Hmm.
Meta's market cap is $562 billion.
Look at that. So if we're dividing that into 4.
Which brings a huge perspective to the difference. Why? Okay, okay. It brings a huge perspective on the followership on Twitter versus Facebook. But it also makes it very interesting because Twitter seems to be the driving space of conversations.
Yeah, because of said users.
Said verified people
Yeah.
who have all left.
Well, the whole idea, or the reason why Twitter's voice seemed more valuable was because of the fact that a lot of quote unquote, I don't speak on authority or with any information backing this. This is just based on speculation. The fact that most users were actually themselves there.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
Like, so a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these influential people were actually themselves there,
I mean, not like Instagram where all they do is post a picture and use a caption.
which is most likely handled by their social media team.
Yeah, and okay, so I would say this to add to yours. I think because Twitter comes off as more conversational, whereas Facebook was more like posts. Because you make a post and people comment. There was not a real medium for
like
chatting.
interaction.
Yeah, for
you know,
like,
in the beginning, Facebook's comment section was not even threaded.
yes.
So replies to comments were in line. So you could easily mistaken someone's reply for just another comment, or a reply on a comment for just another comment. Until they introduced the indentation to make you realize, okay, that's an actual reply to this comment, and there's a reply to reply that was, and then it kept going on. So that was Facebook's attempt to make it more conversational. The thing is, the usage. Twitter's users, most of the users actually know how to use the platform.
Yeah.
I've seen times where somebody is intending to send someone a personal message on Facebook and they come and leave it as a comment. You get it? Versus Twitter sets the pace for a lot of things. DMs. People DMing people. What's Twitter? People, the hashtags. What's Twitter?
Yeah.
The @ mentioning people and stuff. What's Twitter? All these were started. I mean, they were popularized. I won't say started because we had other platforms, that IRC chat platforms that had those features over there. But because they were only for the elite. When I say the elite, only the elite would know what I actually meant. Right. Not the elite in the sense of the word, but yeah. So Twitter sort of popularized these things, hashtags and the @ symbol and DMing and all that kind of thing. So it sort of has that personality. I personally wasn't very active on Twitter until very recently because I felt that it was filled with a bunch of, and I'm sorry, potential people. But yes, which is why, and I didn't like the savagery. People seem to think that it was, I had to be savage to be on Twitter. So the one with the wittiest comments filled with the most savagery was the winner. And so people always strived to be witty in their comments and, not exactly expressing their real or true feelings. That's how I felt. This was my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that could be different. That could be something else. But with that, all this being said, ball is back in your court, my listeners, our listeners. What do you think? Elon Musk for Twitter good, or Elon Musk for Twitter bad?
Yeah, do you think this is the beginning of the end
Of Twitter?
or the beginning of a new beginning
Yeah.
for Twitter?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Leave us a message. If you want to join, take the conversation out of here. We'll be available t.me/JoyGeekSquad on Telegram. If you missed this episode from the beginning and you're just joining us, it will be available via podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and even just take your Alexa. If you have an Alexa, just say, "Hey Alexa, play me Joy Geek Squad on something." Just say, "Play me Joy Geek Squad," and you hear our voices. Or you can watch us on YouTube if you want to see Winston's famous neon green cap with his infamous t-shirt he's wearing today.
Bro. I didn't know this. Okay, never mind.
People just need to know. And we're also available on Facebook. If you missed it, it's also on Facebook. And you know what I was thinking?
What?
One of these days we should have a Twitter space on these conversations. Outside of the studio, we finish, and then Geek Squad Extra on a Twitter space until Elon makes it $8 to join a Twitter space. With that being said, my name is Kobe Spike and Chrome. I've been doing this with Winston. Hi, Kobe. Finally, how much did Jack Dorsey pocket from the deal? I wish I knew. I would have gone to ask him for my share. We just have to calculate how much shares he had at the time, which I don't know if it's public information, and then just multiply by 54.20, which is how much. You know, there's an Easter egg in how much Elon paid per share.
No.
$4.20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So for those who know, you know. If you know, you know. My name is Kobe Spike Nkrumah. I'm glad to have been your host for Geek Squad today, as always, and every Tuesday.